What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today I want to talk to you about SoFi. I want to talk on one huge reason why SoFi is a buying opportunity right now. I'm going to go over some other updated information and tie it all together with some technical analysis. Before I do get into any of that though, making sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe is always greatly appreciated. With that though, let's get right to it. So as you can see right here, this is Powell's little discussion from Friday. In reality, this is what spooked the broader market. So this is why in general we're going down. I'm going to go over some things because within this same speech is reasons why SoFi is a huge buying opportunity. But getting right to it though, there's a couple of things I do want to bring up. So while higher interest rates, slower growth, and softer labor market conditions will bring down inflation, they'll also bring some pain to households and businesses. These are the unfortunate costs of reducing inflation, but a failure to restore price stability would mean far greater pain. In general, that is exactly what encumbers why we're going down. A little bit more of an aggressive tone coming from Powell. And not only that though, previously he did say that at all costs he is going to do everything possible to avoid a recession, but based on what I just read to you, it looks like their first priority no matter what is inflation, even if that does prompt a recession. So that's a little bit more of an interesting tone. Again, that is a little bit more of a downside, but even if a recession does come, based on the Q2 earnings, our customers are quality customers. They have an average of 748 FICO score with an average of making roughly about 160,000. So in general, that is absolutely huge. You cannot get that anywhere else. So even if you do take a step back on what Powell is saying, and even if that does prompt a small recession or even a large one, whatever it is, SoFi has established themselves in a great opportunity where they technically wouldn't go down as much as they are. Unfortunately, external circumstances and the market is very irrational right now, even what Anthony did say. So this is why SoFi is going down substantially more than even the traditional banks, which is a little bit more of a flawed system. But like I said, within this same speech is very good reasons why you need to buy. So I'm just going to quickly talk on here. It does also say most likely on the September 21st Fed meeting or Fed decision, they're going to most likely do 75 basis points. So that's something you just need to factor in. It does say here though, they are going to be running slightly below 4% through the end of 2023. Again, based on where we're actually at, which is at 2.5% right now. And SoFi is making as much money as they are based on the Q2 earnings. We've just touched the tip of the iceberg. If we do get to roughly about 4% interest rates out there, SoFi is going to be making so much money. And even like I said, if you take a step back, our customers are quality customers, very good. In general, they might feel a little bit more of a pinch in a recession, but generally speaking, they're all going to survive. SoFi is going to survive. So I think this is why you need to take a step back, realize what is actually being said and why this is a great buying opportunity. And similarly, if you actually look at what the institutions are doing behind the scenes, they are still consistently buying, which is mind-blowing. So again, there's a lot of big things coming down the pipeline for SoFi, even with the student debt and a little bit more clarity on that. That definitely does show a new source of revenue coming in starting in 2023, which again is a very big deal. But I do just want to quickly pop over to Interactive Brokers and show you some of the ratings. So there has been a fairly active week for ratings. So you can see Oppenheimer, Morgan Stanley, and Morgan Stanley, oddly enough, did increase their actual target price. So it is now $7.50. Previously was just $7. Whereas Oppenheimer, $6.45, and it was previously $8. So they definitely did reduce it a little bit. But still, at the end of the day, a lot more analysts jumping on board. And funny enough, because of the student debt and the clarity around that, we're getting a lot more analysts jumping on board, more so than even what we got from our Q2 earnings. So I think that is another backwards way of what's happening with SoFi. So again, let me know your thoughts on all that in the comments below. Also, keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence at the end of the day. Okay, so a couple more things I just want to go over with you. I found this very interesting, the fact that we are now at 52. So number of actual ETFs that hold SoFi is 52. When I last gave an update, it was at 51. 1 month ago, it was at 48. So more and more ETFs are seeing SoFi for the discount and value it is and adding it. So in general, you just need to take a step back, see what big money is doing, and see what the speech is saying. For instance, what Powell said, read between the lines exactly on how this is going to benefit SoFi going forward. People easily forget on how much money financial companies actually do make when interest rates go up. So again, I think this is all screaming buying opportunities. There's been a lot of articles coming out saying screaming buying opportunities, but definitely this is one point that you cannot ignore. Especially, like I said, with all the big money buying behind the scenes, a lot of big things are coming. And even more so from Friday, you can see there was a $2.57 million order, 1.48 million, and this level of purchasing would not happen on a Friday when there was this much fear. You need to take a step back, realize this is a great buying opportunity, and even still, this is just short-term noise. You need to think long-term. That is where big money is going to be at. Even 2.37, but still, getting back to it though, I'm going to talk on some technicals. Looking on the actual technicals, it did break down a little bit. As you can see, this giant red candle, we luckily enough did get over that 50-day moving average over the last couple of days, which was a pretty big accomplishment. Unfortunately, Friday just destroyed all the momentum that we did have. We still do have a deviation, so black line above the red showing a nice bullish trend is wanting to form, but it is at 15, so it is extremely oversold. And looking at momentum, number of buyers is very much down, so a lot of fear out in the market, and unfortunately retail investors are typically the first ones to go. RSI is currently at 42, so again, it's a little bit more of a neutral, possibly negative aspect of SoFi on the technicals, but still, as Anthony's even said, this market acts very irrational, and even if you do have a long-term time horizon on SoFi, take advantage of these discounted prices. It won't last for much longer. That's my own 2 cents on all of that. Like I said, this is only for entertainment purposes, and in the end, I hope you are entertained by this. But with all that, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on as far as why I feel this is a good reason why to buy right now. Let me know your thoughts on SoFi in general as well. But with all that, I appreciate you guys watching, and let's all make a lot of money on SoFi.